Ladies of Reddit, what are your abnormally small or large Don stories? Small, my first boyfriend in high school. We had pretty much experienced everything together, so I assumed that was the normal size. I never got off from him. I was very surprised with the next guy I slept with. Big, some guy I met on Tinder a few years ago for a random hookup. I was not expecting the size of his member. Needless to say, we went T-hardcore, because why not? Afterwards, I ended up taking the subway back home hunched over from what felt like abdominal pain, and someone actually asked me if I was okay. Thank you, stranger. Luckily it was a weekend, because I spent the whole next day lying down in the bathtub. There was a special needs kid in the high school locker room. He had the biggest doon any of us had ever seen. I was with a guy one time who had the weirdest don I ever saw. It was curved like a hook, like it was curved back onto itself. Didn't do much, just kind of stroked it. A guy asked me to guess whether he had an abnormally small or large. It was in fact a normal-sized one. Having read a bunch of comments, I feel like as a conclusion we could all agree on this: most guys who brag about their dons have small ones. Most guys who are humble and have a small one but know how to use it or how to find other ways are awesome. I shall call him Thumb. 6'6" super hot athlete. Been on a few dates, excellent chemistry and got on really well. So we're getting down to it, and normally you can feel a guy getting hard through his trousers, but nope, nothing. So maybe he's not hard. Then he tells me that he is in fact hard and starts talking about his big don. So down my hand moves and there's something there, but why has he got his thumb down his pants? And then it dawns on me. His don is the size of a thumb. Maybe an inch and a half. And when I look at it, it is the same size, shape and width as a thumb. I'd like to say he made up for size and skill, but he didn't. I had a buddy on my high school soccer team who had a full-grown iguana in his pants. This was exacerbated by the fact that he refused to wear compression shorts when he played. He would wear boxer shorts at best. Running around, it looked like a baby's arm with a clenched fist bouncing around, and on some occasions, free kicks and such, the guy's trouser snake would come out for a bit of fresh air. To this day I have no idea if he was a great soccer player or if people just didn't want to get close enough to have their knees taken out. I was finishing the last of my drink when I walked into my bedroom and he was already fully naked and rock hard. It was partly the surprise of how bold he was, but also that his member was exceptionally small. It was about the length of my finger and not much thicker either. It really was tiny. I ended up spitting out my drink and then, badly, faking that I choked for like a minute. He was actually good in bed in the end. One of my friends said that this was an it move on a TV show called The Naked Man Rule and was surprised it worked on me. Not a lady, but in the high school locker room I was kind of terrified because this guy who was maybe 5 feet 2 inches and I doubt weighed more than 120 pounds had the biggest skjong ever. Wasn't expecting it, but he took his pants off and I swear it was almost at his knee. One of the seniors just went, "Oh she, what is that thing?" Degree, and everyone looked. I'm a straight married guy, but I found myself in a gay club in West Hollywood while entertaining some out-of-town guests. I was standing with my back against a stage, just people watching, when a stripper came out on the stage wearing nothing but a see-through Speedo. It just happened that when I turned back to look, he was, at that moment, crouching down to thrust his junk at my face. Now I've seen a few dons in my day, but I've never seen anything like that meat log before. If he had set that beast free and started swinging it around, he would have smacked people in the back of the room. I couldn't help but feel impressed, terrified and inadequate all at the same time. I'm not a lady, but I once was distracted in the gym locker room by a flesh anaconda that a bald gentleman was flailing about. I saw it in my peripheral vision at first and I was concerned that an animal was loose. Then I looked and saw it was, in fact, the godly schlong. That thing probably bruised his knees when he walked. Maybe he had problems with it getting stuck in his sock when he got dressed in the morning. If he tucked it down a pant leg and saw an attractive lady, he'd probably have kicked himself in the nose. I'm male, but there is an elderly guy who goes to my gym. This effing guy is like 70 plus and he is hench. I've seen him bench press 80 kilograms plus and is a regular on the heavy bag. When this guy punches the bag, the downstairs pool ripples like this guy effing puts me to shame, and he's got at least 40 years on me. He also has a mega bad beard, and I'm genuinely depressed that I will never be as godly as this guy. I've also seen him in the shower, and this effing geriatric has a effing doing that's at least 6 inches on the flop, and me, I'm going to go shoot myself in the face. Guy here, my brother was having computer issues for a little while and called me over, being the family tech. We decided to format. Going through his computer backing up his documents, then his photos, I noticed this huge cartoon looking Don on a thumbnail. So I click it and here is this huge Don. I honestly thought it was CGI, it looked so big. Clicked next and another, and another. Now I'm thinking to myself, what the F kind of weird fetish does he have? The next one, the schlong, is beside an Arizona iced tea can. And it's longer and just as wide, if not wider. I then lean back thinking again to myself, what the F kind of stuff is he into? The room comes into focus and on the desk is the same Arizona can on the photo. The color of the desk matches in the photo and so does the carpet. At this point I realized it's not a kink, it's my little brother's massive Don.
Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.